Thank you very much, David. That is a very generous introduction. My goodness, I'm embarrassed. So, I'm Leona Hobbs, and our theme today is the path to innovation. So, in my world, that means the application of new ideas, technologies, and services to our clients' business. I'm fortunate to work with some of North America's most biggest, baddest brands out there, big organizations, and what we do is apply social media. So in applying social media, we are innovating. It's not the incredible startups and excellent kind of technology stuff that we've heard about today, but it is still innovation, and I think it still is important. So each of my clients are unique, but they do have some things in common. They are large enterprises, right? Full of legacy structures, models, and processes. So hands up, who here works for an established organization? There's a few of us in the room, that's good. That's good. You may feel some of this as I'm talking about it. So personally, I'm a strategist and I'm a dreamer. I love the potential of digital media, and I have a tremendous passion for the power of new communications to establish connections and patterns. I love my work, and I jumped at the chance to come and speak with you here today. I was a bit of a late addition. I think it's sort of 5 days today, right, Tim? So you're going to have to excuse my notes because I haven't had time to memorize my talk, and I did new content because, as a rule, I just don't talk about my clients and my client work in public without their express permission. It's sort of like that first rule of Fight Club, right? So I decided to, instead of sort of coming up here and talking about clients and specifics, that I would write a fable for you guys to highlight the most important steps on the path to innovating with large organizations. So this content is fresh. You guys are seeing it first. I have not had the chance to workshop this before, so without further ado, here is the fable of the enterprise elephant and the social media butterfly. For many centuries, the creatures of the world could count on things staying the same. Seasons came and went, and came again. Creatures were born, grew into maturity, and as their parents before them, had their own offspring, grew old, and passed away. Life was predictable. Predators threatened the weak, and the strong survived. This is certainly how the elephant viewed the world. He saw many seasons pass. He had sired offspring. He led the herd in times of plenty and through times of drought. But the elephant's world had changed. Upstart young elephants challenged him and his position in the herd. Try as the elephant might, he could not match their speed. A new leader took his position, and he was left behind when the herd moved on. The caterpillar was not content with the way things had always been. She saw potential in new ways and dreamed about how the world could change. She believed she could chart her own path, establish connections, and do things differently. And so the caterpillar underwent a remarkable transformation. No longer did she need to crawl. She was now a butterfly and could fly great distances, see many of the changes in the world, and share her ideas to help others. So the butterfly flew on the wind and saw the beauty of the trees and the flowers. She talked to many of the creatures she met. She saw a flock of geese flying above her in their V-shaped formation. She stopped to rest on a flower beside a pond teeming with activity. She listened as frogs croaked and watched as a squirrel filled its cheeks with seeds. She saw a school of minnows. And as evening fell over the pond, she watched as a doe and a fawn came to the water's edge to drink. One day, while out flying, the butterfly came upon an elephant standing alone in a field. "Well, hello," said the butterfly. "How are you this lovely day?" The elephant was surprised to hear the voice of the butterfly. "I suppose that I am as well as can be expected," said the elephant. My herd has moved on and I am alone. My days are spent grazing and I keep an eye out for predators and hunters. Now, thought the butterfly, here is a great chance to test some of my ideas about the things I've seen in the world. Here is an elephant who needs my help. Perhaps I could get the elephant to understand that there are new ways and new opportunities. Excited by the chance to do some good for the old elephant, the butterfly decided to talk to him about all he was missing. You should be like the geese who fly long distances together to follow their food, the butterfly suggested. I have no need to journey to distant lands, said the elephant. I have grass for grazing and I have all that I need here to sustain me. The butterfly thought a few minutes and fluttered around on the warm breeze. She landed on a branch near the elephant and said, you should be like the frogs. Make a great noise and sing across the pond. I don't think so, said the elephant. It's not in my nature to croak like frogs at dusk. Starting to get a bit frustrated, the butterfly landed on a leaf and tried again with another suggestion for the elephant. You should be like the minnows in their schools that swim and play all day long. Little butterfly, said the elephant, I am far too old to pass my time playing all day. I must forage for food and be alert for the lion and the hunter. The butterfly had one last idea. The squirrel collects food in its cheeks and creates stores for later. You should be like the squirrel and use your trunk to gather food and store it for later. My trunk is a useful thing, said the elephant. I use it to tear up food. I can reach high up in the trees and shake food loose. I can use it to smell enemies and food. My trunk is also used for drinking, bathing, and swimming, but it is not built for storing food for later. The butterfly was frustrated that the elephant didn't see the potential in her suggestions. I give up, said the butterfly. I am trying to help you, and I'm disappointed that you have not taken any of my advice. Please tell me, what is it that you want? Now that's a good question, said the elephant. I've had a long life, and I have seen a great many things. I have learned many lessons, yet there is no one around to hear my story. The butterfly had an idea. I know a place where animals gather, not too far from here is a pond full of life and creatures. I'm sure they welcome you there as a storyteller. The elephant was quiet for what seemed to the butterfly a very long time. I've thought about it, he said. I've decided to move to the pond. Will you show me the way? And with that, the butterfly was off to guide the way to the pond, and the elephant regaled her with stories of his life's adventures as they traveled together. So in the end, the butterfly learned that the elephant was wise as well as strong. And the elephant learned from the butterfly that there are new ways to solve problems. The moral of the story is that only by listening first and placing ourselves in the other's shoes can we lead them to change. So in this fable, I am, of course, the butterfly, and I would suggest that there are a number of butterflies here in the room as well. So, we live and breathe innovation, and we can very easily get caught up in the new. Lots of ideas and become excited by the next big thing. Today, it might be group buying and location-based marketing. Tomorrow, it could be social gaming and brand content marketing. Innovation with new technology is our passion, and these are exciting times. And many of my clients and some of your organizations are like the elephant. They see the world changing and are unsure of what path to take. So a couple of insights from the fable that I've seen in my work with clients to share with you here today. Obviously, it is crucial to listen first and enter into those conversations with curiosity. Large enterprises are good at being big. And as much as we wish it to be so, they do not turn on a dime. Like the elephant, they are very wise, have developed their own innovations, and have had past success. Where innovation is needed, right, we have in our business succeeded with pilot projects. Eventually though, the successful pilot needs to be brought into the organization structure. This can be very difficult in a disruptive transition. So an example, the application of emerging paid social media marketing means that ad formats like Twitter's new promoted platform is sort of real-time convergence of owned, earned, and paid media. We butterflies say, bring it on. The results are awesome. Let's go. The clients are enthusiastic, but they need to deal with the fact that for decades, their paid advertising and their public relations functions, which manage earned and owned media channels, have operated in complete silos. One of my clients, those silos are in different buildings on the same campus, but they're very far apart. So what happens when we have an opportunity ahead of us that's converged is a great opportunity, but so much needs to change inside that organization to make it happen, to capitalize on that opportunity. Cookie cutter approaches to what worked for other companies are not likely to be accepted by your big organization. And in my experience, it's far better to invest, to understand your client's organization, their objectives, plans, previous successes, culture, and an appetite for change. By all means, cite examples of and refer to best practices, but that's not the ideal place to start as the butterfly learned. There is potential appetite inside large organizations to evolve to meet new markets and opportunities, but there are some common barriers. Right? How to measure efforts and integrate the new with the existing KPIs. Lack of knowledgeable staff and the requirement to build capacity and capability inside their organization. Technical complexity, the need to reconcile the new with the legacy systems. Also, nomenclature is a challenge. What is social media? What is mobile? These are ambiguous terms. The clients understand CRM. Clients understand retention marketing. So what are we talking about with our clients, and what's the best way to position a new idea so that it gains acceptance? For example, is it an internal collaboration technology that is going to drive increased knowledge management and productivity? Or is it easier to grasp that we're going to transform the intranet by incorporating social tools like profiles and spaces where people can create and share? Culture and the shift from command and control, who owns the new, and the politics of driving innovation inside an enterprise can be staggering. Again, the best thing to do is to listen carefully. Stay curious and help your client, or if you're doing this yourself, seek help from other stakeholders inside that company. So in closing, a challenge. Consider how you, as an innovative butterfly, can move the elephants and change the world in the process. Thank you.